Welcome back, everyone. This is rwing7, and this morning we got some exciting news. We finally know the drop date for the Fractured Fates lands. So they did release the pricing as well as the schedule. So let me just flip over here. We can take a quick look through the product announcement. All right, so here we are. This is the mint details. So we can read it through here. Be the first to get your hands on this coveted collection. So here's the mint details. We've got a private sale, which is right at the end of the month. All right, so April 30th, starting at 1 p.m. UTC. Okay, and then the pricing on that is going to be $60 US for a single pack, and you'll see that down below. There is also the early access, and this is going to be part of the allow list. Now, this is going to be the 1st of May. So, what we're looking at is 79. But again, there are packs. So, we are able to, if you want, buy larger packs, similar to the first land drop. And we'll also see who's included in each of these different tiers. And then lastly, there's going to be the public sale, which starts about 3 hours after. Now, for people in, just so you know, Eastern Standard Time is 4 hours behind, right? So this 1 p.m., right? That's going to be like your, what is that, 10 o'clock? All right, it's 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, so 9 a.m. sorry. So that'll be 9 a.m. Whereas this will be, your early access will be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and then this will be 1 p.m. for the public sale when it goes. And this is on a Wednesday for the private sale, and then this will be your Thursday drop. Okay, so the highly anticipated Crypto.com Lands Fractured Fate land sale is fast approaching. There will be 3 sale phases: the private sale, the early access, and then the public land sale, with exclusive access and pricing for our most loyal communities. On top of the usual payment methods, users can also purchase their land NFTs using Lion via Crypto.com Pay. All information you'll need for the Crypto.com Lands Fractured Fate collection can be found below. So that's kind of cool. We're going to be able to use the Lion via Crypto.com Pay, right? So that's a way to use cryptocurrencies when you are purchasing NFTs. So that's nice that they're going to also include Lion. But that, I guess, confirms then, all of the lands will be dropped on Crypto.com's NFT platform, which you can see right here. They do have them already listed as upcoming. You can find that on crypto.com/NFT/drops. So the drop button right there, so you can check it out and see. But they just give the description as of right now. So if you do click on this, it's just the information. Going to tell you a little bit more about the collection, which isn't really anything that we don't know at this point. 22 brand new lands coming, as well as them spanning across the 5 existing regions and 2 new secret regions. We'll flip back to here. So here is the pricing tiers. So you can get a scout pack, which is 1 land. During the phase 1, the private sale, that's going to be $59 per land. And then as you go up the packs, they do get cheaper, right? So you can knock off about $20 here if you buy 5 at once versus just buying 1. And the same here, right? So you're able to reduce your cost by purchasing more. Now, the one thing to note here, these are all in US dollars, right? And there's going to be 10 packs per checkout, right? So if you buy 10 scout packs, that's the max you could do per checkout. Whereas you can buy 10 Conqueror packs and get yourself 50 lands, right? Which is pretty significant. And the one thing that I'm kind of concerned about here is that there's a max of 200 packs per user, right? So potentially, somebody can mint this 200 times. right? So that's going to be a huge concentration. But again, it's per checkout, right? So you're going to be able to get 10 per checkout. I'm probably going to just do one checkout. I don't know if I'll be maxing out the Conqueror pack, but I definitely am going to buy a couple of these Conqueror packs. And hopefully in phase one if I'm able to get in. But we'll look down here. So phase one, the private sale. So this phase is available for holders of Loaded Lions, Dark Lions, and First Frontier NFTs only. Okay, and it will remain open for 24 hours. Not only will these NFT holders enjoy up to a special 50% discount for each Crypto.com Land NFT or Land Fractured Fate NFT, but there will also be 18,000 of the lands that are going to be reserved just for this sale. All right, so a good majority of the lands are going to be available for the private sale. And I mean, realistically, like, you know, it would almost be advantageous. Like, you could buy a Dark Lion right now and get a couple of these packs, the Conqueror packs, and the amount that you're saving pays for the Lion, right? So, I mean, not financial advice, obviously, but these are going to be fairly accessible. Even the First Frontier land, right? They're $40-$45 right now for a dune. All you need to do is pick up one and you can save yourself $20 per land, right? So when you buy 5 lands, $20 per land, you're saving $100 there. I mean, to me, it makes sense. But, I mean, regardless, I'm not here to give you guys financial advice, just sort of getting a little excited about what we've got here. So here's your private sale, right? These are the prices again, the pack tiers that you can get. And then the access snapshot's going to be an hour prior to the drop. So yeah, just make sure that you've got your Loaded Lion or your Dark Lion or your land inside your Crypto.com NFT platform wallet. That way you are granted some of this early access. Speaking of which, so then the phase 2, which is your early access sale. So early access sale will be dedicated to our ManeCity and Chronos partners who are ready to fight alongside the Loaded Lions and Dark Lions to defend ManeCity. So 6,000 lands will be reserved for this phase, and eligible holders will receive up to a 25% discount for each Crypto.com Land Fractured Fate NFT. It will be open to all holders of the following projects. So the Cyber Cubs, which I'm kind of surprised the Cyber Cubs weren't included in the whitelist for the private sale. But, I mean, I guess, you know, they're not as prestigious as a Dark Lion or a Loaded Lion. There's also the Expedition Survival Kit set consisting of the following NFTs. So you need to have all of these NFTs to be included for the Expedition Survival Kit. So you need at least one backpack of any tier, one core tool of the trade, flashlight NFT. It's interesting they call out flashlight specifically. Any 2 of the following elite tools of the trade NFTs. So you need either a navigator, binoculars, foot gear, groundbreaker, or mobile shelter. Now the navigator and the binoculars, they're not that expensive, so you know, and the foot gear I think is fairly decent, but the groundbreakers I think are around $25, maybe $30, and the mobile shelters are into the hundreds of dollars right now, so I think they're $120 at the moment, or $110. You also need one core tactical gear, so you need the Constabulary's armor NFT. I think those, last time I checked, were around $10. They might be a little bit higher now. And then you also need any of the following elite tactical gear NFTs. So a smoke grenade launcher, time bomb, encryption device. You know, those are fairly inexpensive. And then a Gatling gun, which is around $30, $35 maybe. And then a power generator. And those are closer to $90, I believe. So those ones are the expensive ones, but you need all of these to be included as a survival kit. Or 3, which is probably the better route to go, is just to pick up one of these partner NFTs, right? So if you got a crazy monster, I mean, you could mint one right now for $15. That would, or even buy one. I think their floor price is like $13-14. There's also the Cretan Monks Crew, Monks on the Run. There's also the Mystery on Crow, the Mary NFTs, and then Wolf Swap. So I don't really know too much about Wolf Swap at the moment, especially because they're not used in game right now. So I'll have to do some more research and get an idea of what NFT collection they have. And then there's also the allow list winners that are going to be selected by other Chronos partners. So there's the Capybara Nation. There's also the Corgi AI project. There's Minted Network. There's Synthtopia. And then there's the VVS Miner Moles. So all of them are also giving out an allow list that'll allow you to mint in the early access, right? Now you can see here it's actually $100 more, right? So basically the price for a 3-pack, the Explorer pack, is the same price as your Conqueror pack if you hold a Dark Lion, First Frontier land, or a Loaded Lion. And then lastly, we've got the access snapshot, right? So again, just an hour before the drop, you need to make sure those NFTs are in your wallet or you've been confirmed as a part of the allow list. And then the last one here, actually, did I miss? They don't, oh yeah, it said it up here, 6,000 lands. Okay. And then the last one is your public sale. So at least 1,000 lands will be made available. And any excess lands from the private sale or early access sale will also be included in the public sale, right? So if these previous two don't sell out, right, which I mean, they might, but you never know. I think they will. I honestly think they're going to sell out. But regardless, you're able to, anything that didn't sell out previously is going to be moved over to the public sale and then listed at these prices. Right, so make sure if you want to get in on one of these other tiers that you're paying attention, right? So this is going to be open for 24 hours, so it's going to be quite a big window for people to take advantage of this. And then this is only a couple hours. I believe it's 3 hours there prior, right? So, or 2 hours, it says right there. So you got 2 hours, and then this one's going to be open for 10 days. So important notes here. So for access to private and early access sales, the relevant NFTs should be in your Crypto.com NFT account by respective access snapshot. For private access, early access, and public sales, there will be a maximum number of packs per checkout, and that's 10, as well as a maximum of 200 packs in total per user, right? So theoretically, if you buy 200 packs of the 5, right? That's 1,000 lands that you could own. I don't know who's going to be minting that much, or if you even get that lucky, right? Chances are a lot of people are going to be trying to mint this. So even though it is a large pool for the private access sale, I'm really just focusing on trying to get just 10 packs if I can. We'll see. That's still going to be a lot of money. That's still $2,000, right? So don't be minting more than what you guys can afford. So I really need to make a decision as to how much I'm going to mint. But I mean, if I could, I really would love to get some higher rarity lands. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so if you'd like to purchase more packs during the sale period, you will need to rejoin the queue. So please note that all purchase collectibles will initially not be able to be listed or withdrawn. Trading will begin shortly after the public sale concludes. The Fractured Fate NFTs will be gradually revealed on the 12th of May. Please note that the existing listings at the time of reveal will not be canceled prior to the commencement of the reveal process. So very similar to the Dark Lions, there were the orbs. You could sell those orbs prior to reveal, but you don't know what you hold, right? I don't sell prior to reveal. I'm going to hold mine. Last thing I want to do is see I sold a primordial land for like $100, right? So I'm holding them. I'm going to check and I'm going to see what mine are revealed as, and then I'll make a decision. Chances are I probably won't sell any lands anyways. I'm looking at it as an investment in the game. And especially with all the new information that's coming out around the new game mode, I'm really excited. I'm also excited about the mobile version that's coming out. So, I think that holding the lands is a good idea in my books. So I'm going to hold them. I usually don't sell. And then for all sale periods, NFT purchases will be on a first come, first serve basis, and purchases are not guaranteed. This is fairly standard. and a queue system will be used for each sale phase. Learn more about the queue system here. So what they do is it usually starts a queue around like 10 minutes before the drop happens. So everybody sort of lines up, and then as soon as the drop starts, you're assigned a number in the queue, and it's 100% random, right? Or at least that's what they say. So, signing in an hour prior to get into line, if that's possible, isn't going to give you an advantage over somebody that, signs in 10 minutes before. You're all going to get assigned a number that's relatively the same. And if you leave the queue and re-enter, you're going to be at the back of the line. So just stick with what you get. And then you now have everything you need to snag a plot of the crypto.com land Fractured Fates. Save the date, purchase a loaded lion or two, and brace yourself for the upcoming sale. Well, maybe not a loaded lion or two. In my opinion, you'd probably be better off just grabbing if you want in on that private sale, grab yourself a First Frontier land or a Dark Lion. It's going to save you in the long run. Like I was showing up here, the difference in packs, right? So $199 per pack. So you get basically 2 lands for free compared to the second phase, right? So to me, it makes sense. That's another $100 right here compared to the $100 or $200 here. So, if you're looking at minting more than just one pack, the savings are basically going to pay for a Dark Lion, and 100% they'll pay for a First Frontier land. So not financial advice, but if you don't own a Dark Lion or a First Frontier land right now, and you definitely can't afford a loaded lion, then perhaps look into purchasing one of these 2 collections if you really want to get in on the private sale and the cheaper phase. So, realistically, that's all I got for you guys today. All right, we're looking forward. I got the little timer down here, so you can see the countdown. But yeah, I'm glad they finally gave us the information. Whether they're going to give us some more details on the integration and when they're going to be usable in the game, I'm not too sure. But as of right now, we're aware of everything that we need to do to be eligible for each of the different tiers. And I'm looking forward to seeing what gets revealed come May 12th. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. So hopefully, you found some new information here, or, if you need, the links will be down in the bottom for that product page, and, give it a read through yourself, and yeah, put down in the comments below what you guys are thinking you're going to mint, and yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in,